Hi. So today we are going to be reading Sulwe by Lupita Nyong'o. Okay, so to start, do any of you know what Sulwe means? Anybody know what language it might be in? So Sulwe is spelled like S-U-L-W-E. It is in the Kenyan language called Luau, and it means star. And so the author of this book actually named our main character Sulwe, which means star. So when we read, we're going to try to find what the main idea of the book is, and also try to think of why the author might have named her this. So let's start. Sulwe was born the color of midnight. She looked nothing like her family at all. Mama was the color of dawn, Baba the color of dusk, and Mitch, her sister, was the color of high noon. Hardly anyone at school liked Sulwe either. People gave her sister Mitch pet names like Sunshine, Ray, and Beauty. And people gave Sulwe names like Blackie, Darky, and Night. Sulwe felt hurt every time, so she hid away while her sister made lots and lots of friends. How do you guys think that these names make Sulwe feel when people call her that? Not good, right? Probably a little sad, maybe mad and hurt. Sulwe dreamed of being the same color as her sister. She wanted real friends, too. So she got the biggest eraser she could find, and she tried to rub off a layer or two of her darkness. That hurt. She crept into Mama's room and helped herself to her makeup. Oh no, she would hear about this from Mama. Sulwe decided to work from the inside out, and she only ate the lightest and the brightest foods. So why do we think Sulwe is doing these things, like rubbing off her skin and eating these foods? Maybe who or what might make her think that she has to do this? Yeah, so maybe the people who are being mean to her at school are calling her names, so she thinks that she has to try to change what she looks like and maybe try to look more like her mom and her sister who have lighter skin than her, that's not very nice, is it? She's beautiful the way she is. So with a stomach ache, she went to bed early and she turned to God for a miracle. Dear Lord, why do I look like midnight when my mother looks like dawn? Please make me as fair as the parents that I'm from. I want to be beautiful, not just to pretend. I want to have daylight and I want to have friends. If you hear me, my Lord, and would like to comply, may I wake up as bright as the sun in the sky. Amen. And when Mama came in to wake her for school the next morning, Sulwe rose to find not a trace of daylight in her midnight skin. Sulwe told Mama everything. Mama asked, "What is your name?" "Sulwe," she muttered. "And what does it mean?" "Star," Sulwe whispered. Brightness is not in your skin, my love. Brightness is just who you are. And as for your beauty, Mama said, rubbing Sulwe's stomach the way that she always did to comfort her, "You are beautiful," Sulwe sighed. "Well, you are beautiful to me, but you cannot rely on what you look like to make you feel beautiful, my sweet. Real beauty comes from your mind and your heart, and it begins with how you see yourself, not how others see you. Now up you get, and out you go." So what is something that maybe you guys could say to Sulwe to make her feel better, kind of like her mom is saying? Yeah, you can maybe say that you think she's pretty or you think she's beautiful, or maybe you don't think that she needs to change what she looks like. Great answers. So, how could she, as dark as she was, have brightness in her? How could she have beauty when no one but her mother seemed to see it? How could she be a star? That night, a shooting star appeared at Sulwe's window. "The night sent me," the star said. "Come with me." Sulwe hopped onto the star, and off they went. Long ago, at the beginning of time, said the star, there was night and there was day, and they were sisters. They loved each other very much, but people didn't treat the sisters the same. Do you guys have any ideas why you think that the sisters might have been treated differently? Maybe because they look different, or one of them is day and light and one of them is dark and they think that's scary. Maybe, yeah. People gave Day pet names like lovely and nice and pretty. And people gave night names like scary, bad, and ugly. And she felt hurt every time. Well, Night got fed up and she walked right off the earth. What do you guys notice about the pictures on these pages? How are they different? So the ones on the Night page, these people are saying lovely, nice, and pretty. And they look like they like her and they're being really nice to her. But then on this page, they say scary, bad, and ugly. And they seem like they're scared and they're not being very nice to Night, right? That's not very nice. Day stayed behind and she enjoyed making everybody happy in the sun. But then Day grew too long. And Day began to really miss her sister. And so did everybody else. There had to be a way to get her back. So Day set off to find Night, and she did. I miss you, said Day. I miss you too, said Night. But you don't know what it's like being treated badly for being dark. You're right, I don't, Day replied. But what I do know is that we need you just the way you are. Come and see. Night returned and the people rejoiced. We need the darkest night to get the deepest rest. We need you so that we can grow and dream and keep our secrets to ourselves. The stars chimed in. Brightness isn't just for the daylight. Light comes in all colors, and some light can only be seen in the dark. While day had a golden glow, with night everything had a sheen, elegant silver gleam. So, can you guys give me a thumbs up if there are things that you like to do during the night that you don't necessarily or don't want to do during the day? So maybe have bonfires or watch the stars. We can't do that during the day. Or fireworks. Do any of you guys like fireworks? Thumbs up. Day told her sister, when you are the darkest is when you are the most beautiful. It's when you are the most you. Could it be that Night did not need to change, not even a little, not even at all? Now that Night and Day were back together, a little bit of Night returned to Day in the form of shadows, and a little bit of Day returned to Night in the form of moonlight. They were inseparable from that moment on, and they promised to celebrate the brightness in each other, whether people chose to see it or not. You see, the star explained, we need them both, on their sunniest day and their darkest night, and every shade in between. Together they make the world we know, light and dark, strong and beautiful. Sulwe rose the next morning beaming. There would be no hiding anymore. She belonged out in the world, dark and beautiful, bright and strong. So how do you think that this story made Sulwe feel better? And what did it show her about herself? Yeah, it showed her that everybody is beautiful and that just because that her skin is dark doesn't mean she's not beautiful. And everybody has the things about them that make them themselves, and everybody has things that are different than other people. But those things aren't bad. They're just different. Yeah. And if she ever needed a reminder of her brightness, she could look up at the sky on the darkest night to see for herself. Sulwe felt beautiful inside and out. The end. So, can we come back to our first question? Maybe, do any of you have any idea what the main idea of this story was, and why Sulwe why Sulwe's name is Star, or why the author chose that? Awesome. So the main idea of the story is that people have different colors of their skin, right? And that doesn't mean that anybody's better than anybody else. And just because somebody has darker skin or lighter skin, that doesn't mean that it's bad because they're different. It just means that they're different and they're beautiful either way. And so that was kind of the main idea of this story, right? That we wanted to show that everybody has differences, but that doesn't mean that they're bad. That just means that they're different. And those differences give us good things in different ways. And then, so does anybody know why our author might have named Sulwe after Star? Yeah, so in the book, she was visited by a star, right? And so maybe the author chose that because it's something that Sulwe used to find her self-love and just love herself again. And maybe because stars shine in the darkness. Yeah, I love that. Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys.